Well, hello and welcome back to Lightcraft Academy. Happy end of August, the Labor Day weekend coming up. I would like to do a special shout out to the STN teachers. STN, if you're not familiar, STN stands for Student Television Network. It's the largest national, international network for middle school, high school broadcasting teachers, film teachers. And we really appreciate your interest in Jetset. I've talked to quite a few of you via email over the last few weeks. I know that you're jumping in with your students. I also want to do a special shout out to Mr. Bill Warner and Mr. Elliot Mack, the two gentlemen who really are behind this app, along with Greg as well. But the gentlemen who are making this app possible, who have made this app free for all of us, who support this YouTube channel. We couldn't be doing this and introducing young people to virtual production without all the work that you do behind the scenes to make this available for us. And this technology is just absolutely mind-blowing. I think my audience today will be, in addition to my regular subscribers, to schools and to teachers who do daily, weekly, monthly broadcasts. How can you use Jetset in your school and in your programs? And I think two ways, and that'll be sort of the theme for today, is weather reports, but really upping your weather report game, and also sports. And so I'm going to kind of run you through a few examples. And there is a St. Cloud High School apparently. I sort of picked St. Cloud randomly. I wanted to pretend that I was a teacher or I was in the St. Cloud broadcasting class. If you have one, shout out to you. But I'm just using your school as an example. I've done a design. I'm going to walk you through how to make your own design like this in Photoshop, Canva, Final Cut, whatever you want to use for editing. I'm going to give you two examples. So I have a weather map. Now, virtual production, I've been standing still, but virtual production is not standing still green screen. It's movement. And so when you move around, that camera, your camera person is going to follow you. And that's what makes this really extra cool, just beyond good old-fashioned green screen. I'm able to work this map so I can point to different cities in the state. I can come over and I can work my static map. In a second, I'll tell you why I call that a static map, or a static graphic rather, because I have these markers. Let me cut to the green screen shot. You'll see that I have these dark green markers. This is inexpensive green tape that I just get from Amazon. The tape will key out, and so I can mark, and I can, if I knew what's Alexandria, St. Cloud here. If I knew my map better, I could tell you that that's St. Cloud. But by having markers, you can talk about specific temperatures, and in a second, you can work the animated map. It's going to be animated in a second. So this is a static map. This one is in our library, as is the template. I'll walk you through that in a second. Let's cut to. I'm going to cut to a different version of this map. We're going to add a little motion video. So I'll be right back. And right back, and now I'm going to start to move so we can simulate camera movement. I have a motion video. How did I do this? I'll show this in a second, but I just go to an app on my iPhone that has this weather map. It's obviously vertical. It's on an iPhone. I do a screen record, bring that, airdrop that to my Mac, go into Premiere, or in my case, Final Cut. You can do this in CapCut, which is so cool as well. And I just sort of reshape it, do some cropping, and now I have an animated map. And I can walk up and you'll see the clouds are moving, and the temperatures are going to change from time to time. So again, it's one way to really sort of up your game. Let's now talk about sports. I'm showing you right now a couple of sports graphics and how I use sports with Jetset in our program. So here you see a static image, and now you see what it's like when you put students in the image. These shots were actually handheld, not simulated. This is actual virtual production happening. Handheld shots. We have a live stream. We do a lot of football, basketball live streams. So we tend to do our sports reports. We pre-tape them, run them on our daily live show and our Friday night football. So there's an example of how you might use this for sports. Let me bring in a sports set right now. Starting with a super wide, sort of giving the illusion that this is a multi-million-dollar sports set. A live shot, what we do, I believe, and I'll look at it in a second with you, we use this set for sort of a tighter look. Here's another example of a more grand set, and you can see we have three students, reporter talking to two of our announcers. You can see how it comes to life when you start moving around and doing some virtual production. Quite amazing. But let's go back to the sports set. Let me come back. I'm going to do a tighter version. a tighter version of this set. Pretty cool. I took an actual real-life set and did quite a bit of modification to create this. I'm going to end this on-camera piece and cut to my students in the set. And let me walk you through how this all works. So I'll be right back with some voiceover.
Welcome back to CHS TV Sports, everyone. I'm Cashman Versailles here with Roy Kane, and it's Carlsbad versus Poway tonight. Carlsbad first in San Diego.
I start off with this template that you can find in our image library. My first task is to add a weather map, and then using Final Cut's Distort tool, I can resize the map to cover the original green screen placeholder. I found the PNG logo for St. Cloud High School, and I used the same tools to place the logo where I want it. I wanted to also create a motion version of this weather studio, and so I used an iPhone weather map app to screen record some weather updates, and imported that into Final Cut, and followed the same resize and distort process to place the map over the original graphic. I generally create my motion backdrops in 4K, and I make them 60 seconds long. Jetset will automatically loop the images, which is really cool. And that's it. And we're back, and we'll end with this tighter shot. That same sports set. This one has some depth of field using some of the neural filters inside Photoshop. This would be good for a one shot, maybe a two shot. So again, this is an example of how we can, in our school broadcast, middle school, high school, college, elementary school, we can use Jetset, a free app, to do some pretty awesome, like majorly awesome virtual production, and it's not just a green screen. As always, please, please, please subscribe. It really helps, and we'll see you next time. Take care.